Hi everyone, I am Devi Salakji from CSE Department, Rohini College of Engineering and Technology. Subject name is Web Technologies. Here we are going to discuss about the topic XML. XML means that is Extensible Markup Language. XML is a text-based markup language derived from Standard Generalized Markup Language, that is SGML. It is a new markup language developed by the W3C, that is World Wide Web Consortium, mainly to overcome the limitations in HTML. Markup is information added to a document that enhances its meaning certain ways, in that it identifies the part and how they relate to each other. More specifically, a markup language is a set of symbols that can be placed in the text of a document to decommemorate the label the parts of the document. XML is not a programming language. It is usually stored in a simple text file and processed by special software that is capable of interpreting XML. XML don't have any predefined tags, and tags are stricter than HTML. Features of XML. XML simplifies the creation of HTML documents for larger websites. XML can be used to exchange the information between organizations and systems. XML can be used for offloading or reloading the databases. XML can be used to store and arrange the data, which can customize the user data handling needs. XML can easily be merged with style sheets to create almost any desired output. Any type of data can be expressed as an XML document. It has syndicated content where content is being made available to different websites. It suits well for electronic commerce applications where different organizations collaborate to serve a customer. It supports scientific applications with new markup languages for mathematical and chemical formulas. It also supports electronic books with new markup languages to express rights and ownership. XML could also be used in handheld services and smartphones with new markup languages optimized for these devices. Syntax rules. So here we are having syntax. The first one is we have to see the XML declaration, references, and tags and elements, attributes, and text. These things are comes under the syntax rules. XML declaration. The XML document can optionally have an XML declaration. Version is the XML declaration, and coding specifies the character encoding used in the document. The thing we have to mention in the first itself. Syntax rules for XML declaration. The XML declaration is case sensitive and must begin with XML, where XML is written in lowercase. If document contains XML declaration, then it strictly needs to be first statement of the XML document. The XML declaration strictly needs to be first statement in the XML document. And HTTP protocol can override the value of encoding that the user put in the XML declaration. Tags and elements. An XML file is structured by several XML elements, also called XML nodes or XML tags. XML elements names are enclosed by angular brackets. So elements, angular brackets, elements, and angular bracket closing elements also we have to mention here. Nesting of elements. An XML element can contain multiple XML elements as its children's, but the children elements must not overlap. That is, an end tag of an element must have the same name as that of the most recent unmatched start tag. XML version, and here we have to mention the contact, and then we have to mention the company, then we have to give the company name, and then we have to close the company tag, and then only we have to close the contact information. Root element. An XML document can have only one root element. Case sensitive. The names of XML elements are case sensitive. Attributes. An attribute specifies a single property for the element. Using a name value pair, an XML element can have one or more attributes if it's possible to attach additional information to elements in the form of attributes. The names follow the same rules as elements names. This is the one example. And XML references. XML references allows the user to add or include additional text or markup in an XML document. References always begin with the symbol ampersand, which is a reserved character, and end with the symbol colon. XML have two types of references. First is the entity reference and second is the character references. First thing is the entity references. An entity reference contains a name between the start and the end delimiters. The entity references is replaced by the content of the entity. Character references. A letter is replaced by its Unicode character code. Character references that start with the symbol ampersand hash provides a hexadecimal presentation of the character code. XML text. The names of the XML elements and XML attributes are case sensitive, which means the name of start and end elements need to be written in the same case. To avoid character encoding problems, all XML files should be saved as a Unicode UTF-8 or UTF-16 files. White space characters like blanks, tabs, and line breaks between XML elements and between the XML attributes will be ignored. Some characters are reserved by the XML syntax itself, hence they cannot be used directly. XML documents. An XML document is a basic unit of XML information composed of elements and other markup in an orderly package. An XML document can contain a wide variety of data. This is the example for XML document. The XML documents are divided into document prologue section and document element section. Document prologue section. The document prologue comes at the top of the document before the root element. The section contains XML declaration and document type declaration. The first line in the above example belongs to prologue section. Document element. Document elements are the building blocks of XML. These divide the document into hierarchy of sections, each serving a specific purpose. The other lines except the first line come under document element section. XML declaration. The XML declaration is the first line of the document. The declaration identifies the document as a XML document. Syntax. So this is the way we have to mention the XML. Version. Specify the version of the XML standard used. Encoding declaration. It defines the character encoding used in the format. UTF-S is the default encoding used. Standalone. It informs the parser whether the document relies on the information from an external source such as external document type definition for its content. Rules for XML declaration. If the XML declaration represent in the XML, it must be placed as the first line in the XML document. If the XML declaration included, it must contain version number attribute. The parameter names and values are case sensitive. The names are always in lowercase. Order of placing the parameters is important. The correct order is version, encoding, and standalone. Either single or double quotes may be used. The XML declaration has no closing tags. Next one we can see about the XML tags. XML tags form a foundation of XML. They define the scope of an element in the XML. Here we have to discuss about the start tag, empty tag. Start tag, the beginning of every non-empty XML is marked in the start tag. End tag. End tag, every element that has this start tag should end with end tag. Empty tag, the tag that appears between start tag and end tag is called content. And element which has no content is termed as empty. An empty element can representation in two ways. Start tag immediately followed by an